Okay, we can study sound waves using this type of equipment. First of all, you've got a signal generator, and it produces signals over a range of frequencies and of varying amplitudes. So it's called a signal generator. So what converts those kinds of signals into sound waves? And that is the loudspeaker, and we can hear that then. And if we wanted to look at the shape of those waves and study the frequency and loudness of the sound, we would use what's called a cathode ray oscilloscope, or very often that's just shortened to oscilloscope, and it's this device here. So why is sound loud or quiet? What is the difference between the sound wave of a quiet sound and a loud sound? Now, you need to be very careful to make sure that you have the same number of waves on the screen whenever you're comparing these. We're not really comparing the frequencies here at all, but we're comparing the loudness of the sound, and you can see that a louder sound there has got a greater amplitude. So the louder the sound, the greater the amplitude. And amplitude is, of course, the height of a crest above the rest position or the depth of a trough below it. So which trace represents the loudest sound? And of course it's the one with the bigger amplitude, and the answer then is just A. So why are they either low pitched or high pitched? What's the difference between the sound wave of a low pitched sound and a high pitched sound? So a high pitched sound, of course, has got lots and lots of waves on the screen. They're very close together. In other words, their wavelength is very small, and so this one here is going to be the high pitched sound here. Again, when you're comparing waves, you should make sure then that if you're comparing pitch, that the amplitudes are the same. Or if you're being asked to draw them, make sure that it's only the wavelength here that you're changing rather than amplitude. So the high-pitched sound has a shorter wavelength, so more waves are visible. It has higher frequency waves. Now, if you remember, I tried to get you to remember this using the fact that L and A go together. Think of the city in America, Los Angeles. So loudness and amplitude go together, and then pitch and frequency go together. So the higher the pitch, the higher the frequency, the greater the loudness of the sound, the greater the amplitude. So which trace shows the sound with the highest pitch? Answer here is B. Sound B has got the shortest wavelength and the most number of waves visible, so it also has the highest frequency then. Can we hear all frequencies? So again, we can check this using our signal generator, a cathode ray oscilloscope and a loudspeaker. In fact, you get away without the cathode ray oscilloscope. You wouldn't have to see the signal. Humans can't hear sounds of every frequency. The range of frequencies you can hear is called your hearing range. The hearing range of a healthy young person is approximately 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, and that's very often shortened to 20 kHz. So 20 to 20 kHz, and that's a healthy young person. Now, as you get older, that range of frequencies decreases. In particular, it's the higher pitched frequencies here which will decrease for someone who's older, and they won't be able to hear just as high as 20 kHz. Do all animals have the same hearing range? So here you can see the range for different animals here. A human's from just above 10 here, it's actually about 20 to 20,000. A dog is slightly higher than the 10, but much higher than the 20,000. A bat has very high frequency hearing range. It's from maybe 800 there up to about 100,000. An elephant from 1 Hz away up to 12, 13, 14,000, far more than that actually, up to maybe about 20,000 as well, same as us. A mouse, very similar range to a bat, and a dolphin from under 100 Hz there, about 30, 40 Hz up to about 100,000. So they said whenever the tsunami came in 2006, wasn't it? Or 2005, I think it was actually. The elephants, a herd of elephants, were able to hear the sound coming because it was a very low frequency, and they heard the noise coming and they got inland before the water struck. And I think that alerted a number of humans as well, and that saved their lives. Right, last little part here is about noise. What is noise considered to be? So noise is really a combination of frequencies. Now normally we say that it hasn't got any nice distinct pattern like music has. It's a combination of frequencies which are difficult to listen to. What one person considers noise, another person might not. Can you name any examples? And the most obvious example is maybe loud music that a young person likes to listen to, an older person can't stand. And a loud person as well, of course, but a loud music. Name 3 effects of noise. Well, it can damage your hearing. It can disrupt your health by affecting your nervous system. Okay, and also it can disturb your digestive system. So it affects your nervous system or disturbs your nervous system by annoying you, and it can disturb your digestive system by giving you maybe a stomach ulcer or bowel problems or something like that. 3 ways of reducing the effects of loud noise. You could use earmuffs. You could use double glazing in your house. You could build a wall, and that might reflect the sound away from you, and that would be used in motorways and things like that. And things like airports would have to have certain flight paths and certain times they couldn't fly and so on, to make sure that that didn't disturb the residents of the area. So there's lots of different ways. In a car, you can use a silencer in a car to try and reduce the noise and so on.